Hello everyone, and welcome to Slice Print Roleplay. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a review of the M58 resin from Resin. Alright, let's get to it. So to start off, the bottle itself, really no pros and cons here. It's the same plastic bottle that 90% of all resin manufacturers use, so if you've bought any other bottle of resin, you pretty much know what you're in for here. So anytime I'm printing with a new resin, I always start with the exposure finder feature from UV Tools, just because it makes it way easier to dial in the exposure. In this case, I ended up going with 2.25, which gave me some really cool results, as you can see with this model here. This is the Grave Giant from Rocket Pig Games. It's a really cool model, and it shows off the first thing I really liked about this resin. So normally with tough resins or ABS-like resins, there's a trade-off where you're getting a more durable resin, but you're losing some detail. And in this case, I was really surprised that I got really good detail and a tough resin, or supposedly tough resin. I hadn't tested it at this point, but I was really pleasantly surprised with that aspect, and also just how easy it was to print. I didn't have a whole lot of issues or any kind of tweaking I had to do, it just worked. So two things definitely in its favor that I was really impressed by. Just a quick note here, you'll see a lot of support marks and stuff on this. That has nothing to do with the resin, it has everything to do with the fact that I cleaned this model and then inadvertently put it in front of a window at night, and then when I came down the next day it had obviously cured in place, so getting the supports off without doing damage was pretty much impossible at that point. But yeah, I'm impressed with the resin, just not with the user. So now, let's break it. So I dropped it 5 times instead of 3 just because I wanted to see if I could get it to break, and I couldn't. So it's definitely going to hold up a simple drop from your table or anything like that. As far as the flex test went, on the larger side of his staff I was able to get about a 70-degree bend before it snapped, and then on the smaller side I was able to get about a 35 to 40 degree. Now one thing I will say about this is that it was actually really hard to bend, so this is pretty tough stuff. I had to put a decent amount of force in it to get these parts to bend and break. So overall, I'm really impressed with this stuff. It's a good price. I think it's about $60 to $65 a bottle, so it's a little bit more on the pricey side, but still really reasonable considering you're getting a really large bottle of resin that's going to give you good detail, it's going to be really durable, and it's going to be easy to print with. So definitely, I recommend this stuff. Go check it out. It's the M58 ABS-like resin from Resin. And that's it. I really hope you found this review helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and I really appreciate it. And if you like the work that I'm doing here and you want to support the channel, you can find my Patreon link down below. Alright, let's go print something.